I always forget my mic is muted. Hi guys, how are you? So funny. Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to get everything done that I needed to super fast, but I didn't get that done. I'm sorry about that. Used my spray earlier on my son, and it worked. How's everybody doing? Hi, Christopher. Hi, Brittany. Aw, Brittany said she can't wait. Hi, Barb. I didn't say hi to Christopher that way there. Hi, Jessica. My angels made sure I was here to hear this. Oh, that's interesting. I'll tell you why. Hi, Selena. I'm glad to hear that your guys are doing good. Okay, so I got to tell you a story. Story time. So I don't know if you guys had read what this show was going to be about today earlier. But if you did, it would have gone something like this. Just Cindy podcast, episode 11. The, oh my God, now I'm not going to think of it. It's the 7 Fires Prophecy. That's what it said. Yeah, that's what it was supposed to be about. And that's where I was heading tonight. However, I was in the shower and Spirit had different ideas about what the podcast was going to be about, because as I got into the shower, they started talking to me about self-love. The whole time I was in the shower, they were talking to me about self-love and self-care. And so finally, and I was in there longer than normal because I decided to shave. Anyway, transparency. Remember we have talked about that before. Anyway, I'm like, so what you're saying to me is you want me to change the podcast and talk about self-love. They're like, yeah, that's exactly it. I'm like, oh, okay. And so what you're also telling me is that I may channel tonight. They said, yep, that may be possible too. And I'm like, okay. So I did not prepare for self-love and self-care. I prepared for 7 Fires Prophecy. However, because I firmly believe that, excuse me, I'm choking over my words, because I firmly believe that I am here to help Spirit. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring my phone thing over here. Because I'm here to do Spirit's bidding, that I will do what Spirit asks of me. And since this is what they ask of me, I will do it. I think it's a small little thing, right? I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not like I don't know about the subject. Thank goodness they didn't tell me to start talking about quantum mechanics or something, for farg's sake. I would never know that. Hi, Tommy. Hi, Jamie. How are you? Let's see. Hello. Doing well. Thank you. No complaints. Okay, can't complain. Nice to see you. Thank you for your time and energy. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate you guys. History Channel, kid. Wait, what are we talking about the History Channel for? Tommy, I don't understand. Oh, see, I wanted to wear my shirt because it has rose quartz on here. Rose quartz. For self-love. It says on here, rose quartz opens the heart for unconditional love. But unconditional love includes love of self, right? Okay. Ow. Sorry. Okay. I need to turn off my phone. That's what I need to do. Because I know that it will make noises or something. Because it just does that. What is going on now? Okay, I totally silenced it now, I think. Okay. Oh my gosh. I'm just telling my girlfriend that I'm doing my podcast. But, all right. So, let's talk about self-love, self-care. You said channeling. Ha! Got it. You're too much. You're too much. I just can't. Too much. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm literally getting some stones out for myself. All my self-loves. All my self-love stones. There we go. All my pink stones, the ones that I've been carrying, those are the ones I'm going to pull out right now. Maybe I'll just pull them all out. Anyway. See, I'm pulling them all out. I wish I could show you guys all this, but it is what it is, right? Oh, this is so cute. All right. I have no idea if these are hitting you or not. So, here we are. Self-loving. Channeling. History Channel. I love the History Channel. I like Sci-Fi Channel too. Or not Sci-Fi. Crime Channel? I don't remember what it is. I haven't watched regular TV in a long time. So, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just making something because Spirit's going to help me tonight. So, let's bring in Spirit. Here's my vibrations. I'm going to use more of this stuff. Oh my God. God damn, this smells so good. Hi, Sid. How are you? I'm doing Smokeless Smudge. And I'm doing Let Go of the Negative Shit. 11/11, of course, when I look at it. It's going to say that, right? So funny. Interesting. Spirit, thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. It's also Let Go of the Negative Shit. Sorry. It just raises my vibration. That's all. And it feels so good, and I love it so much. So I'm just going to send out good, loving vibes to everybody really quickly. Normally I don't do this on the podcast, but I just feel like I need to tonight because Spirit's telling me that we're going to be talking about self-love. So I feel like with self-love, we need to talk about and all be in a heart space center, right? I better move because people think I'm frozen, so I don't want to. I'm sorry if you hear my son. He's streaming in the other room, playing video games. Okay. All right. Yes. Oh, thanks so much, Jessica. She said, girl, I was feeling myself today. Yes! I looked in the mirror and couldn't help telling myself, you are a badass bitch. Yes, I can't tell you the last time I felt this way. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to hear that. Yes, my show tomorrow will be about the same thing. Really, Sid? That's amazing. Listen, I don't think it's like you're gonna have to share with us your show. Please share in the comments what your show is and where we can find it, okay? And what time. Please share that. That would be awesome. So I don't know. I don't know why Spirit decided to change this on me, but they literally were giving me downloads in the shower. Like, I couldn't keep up. I'm like, listen, if you want me to talk about this, you're going to have to remind me because I will not remember any of this. So thank you, you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Carmen. Hey, how are you? So Sid, definitely share that in the comments with us, though, please. We're all interested, right? We're all about PBDC. You're going to have to spell it out for us, though. So tell us the name, where we can find it, and what time. Okay? Yeah, I just feel like we need to lift everybody up, and especially if we're going to be talking about some really great stuff like self-love, we definitely need to share and help each other, raise each other up, right? So, oh, Barb, yes, I am. I'm excited to hear about it too. It's terrible, right? I feel very unprepared. Psycho Bunny. Thank you so much. Very nice. Okay, tell everybody where they can find it though, Sid. Okay. Or just send a friend request. Hi, Alicia Kennedy. How are you, honey? So, let's talk about this. So, I firmly believe in love and positivity and obviously raising each other up. And in that, we are doing no harm to others, right? Sometimes, however, we harm ourselves inadvertently. And it's that stuff that I want to try and help us be more attentive to, that we are not harming ourselves per se. Thank you so much, Sid. Perfect. I'm going to put that up so everybody, if there's anybody on YouTube or on Facebook, they'll be able to see it. Hi, Jen Fury. So I just really... I just really feel that that we need to make the focus ourselves rather than hurting ourselves inadvertently or advertently, right? Whether we're doing it to ourselves or not, purposefully. So Spirit was really talking to me in the shower about, hey, how are you, Jim? I like that you changed it, so now I can understand that it's dark. Welcome, my friend. So what I want to say is that sometimes Spirit will get my attention, and whether, I get it a lot when I'm in the shower, and that's normal to me. So Spirit always comes to me while I'm in the shower. It doesn't matter. The medium is the water at that point, right? So, I got my drink. I have more than one drink, just so you know. I have this one and I have this one. One is sweet, one is water. So as I'm getting ready for the shower, listen, to be honest, I didn't want to shave. I didn't care if I was a hairy bunny. I don't care if I was a hairy beast. I don't care if I was a hairy bear. Whatever. I didn't care. I was like, then I started thinking, hi, happy Thursday indeed, Jim. Hello, Rebecca, my beautiful soul sister. Yes, you are my beautiful soul sister. So as I'm getting ready for the shower, I'm literally fighting with Spirit about shaving. I didn't care at that point. It was about self-caring. And this is then what they were bringing up. Well, because they just wanted to shave my armpits. So I was just going to shave my armpits. It's fine. And they're like, well, why don't you just shave, period? And I'm like, well, because I don't feel like taking that much time in the shower. I just feel a little lazy. They're like, you need to raise your vibration. I'm like, okay, my vibration is going to be amazing by the end of the shower. And they're like, okay, but are you self-caring for yourself? Like, are you doing this for yourself? Or are you doing this only when you have the potential of needing to be shaved? Okay. Are you going to get laid or not laid? Is this what it's only about? That's what Spirit really was talking about. Okay. Are you about to get laid or not laid? And I was like, it doesn't matter if I'm having sex or not having sex. It doesn't matter. And they're like, right. That's what self-care is about. And I'm like, I know what self-care is about. I just am not feeling like shaving all the parts of my body that need to be shaved at the moment. And they're like, are you self-caring or are you caring about and for others? And I was like, oh shit, here we go. They're about to teach me something. I can feel it. Hey Liz, how are you? Psycho Bunny. Wait, so hang on a second now. I'm confused. I gotta see something. Okay, Liz, what is the name of your show? Oh, Jim says, I am so confused. LOL. I would never need to shave, I guess. Listen, I may need to talk to your wife, Jim. Did I stop into ladies' night? No, but sometimes it's really good for men to hear what ladies' mental process is sometimes, right? Because sometimes we think that we need to do things for men, whether or not they would do the same for us, right? Like, but, right, I didn't either, but Spirit was teaching me something, so there's that. Oh, good. Just got off of work. A little overtime. Got to make that paper. Roots bleed red. Okay, what is the Psycho Bunny thing, though? Because I remember I saw that. But somebody in here said something about Psycho Bunny, too. Oh, Psycho Bunny DC, maybe? Is that right? The Psycho Bunnies are into Hezi Foshezi. I don't know what that means. So, wait, where did it? Oh, Christopher said that, yeah. Roots bleed red. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I sometimes will shave my body when I am going to be having intimate opportunities. But sometimes I'm lazy, and if I'm not going to do that, then I don't care, right? But Spirit was saying that self-care truly is just about what is good for me when I want to be for me. Right? That was weird. Oh, shit. I belong to a members-only group, and they just released something in my members-only group, so I was confused. I thought something bad. It was all in red on my thing, and I'm like, oh my God! But Psycho Bunny DC, Psycho Bunny Death Cult, and Psychomantium 13. Okay. Psycho Bunny Death Cult is our group that we started on. Oh, okay. Got it. I got it. I have strange feelings when you say shave your body and intimate. No, it's about having sex, Jim. And Roots Bleed Red is on WLFEDB as well as Psycho Bunny. Okay. And P13. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So they're all with you, right? So whenever I hear DC, just so you know, Liz, I think of DC and Marvel Universe. And then, of course, I have Hulk Smash. I don't know if you can see it. I'm forever showing you guys my feet, and I don't know why. I have Hulk Smash, so instead of Hulk Smash, it was Hulk Love Smash tonight. I forgot what it is. I'll come when it's rated R. I'm always rated R, Jim, because I have a tendency to say naughty words and say stuff like sex and having sex and having intercourse, having intimate affairs. So let's see. I don't get why Spirit would not understand that if you feel like not shaving, how is that not self-care? You're not feeling it. It's a priority, so you're prioritizing other things that are more important to you. So at that moment, it was just more of a feeling of, I'll explain, because that's very good, right? Because we have to know the difference of when Spirit is trying to help us understand. Because I wasn't really self-caring. I was just trying to be lazy, even though I was kind of half self-caring, because I did want to shave my armpits. But they were talking to me about, self-caring and self-loving, right? Because I should want to shave my body when it's getting a little out of hand just for myself. Not for anybody else, only for myself. So they're actually trying to make me understand that there are two separate issues, right? I can just be lazy and say I'm self-caring, right? Or I can shave and say I'm self-caring when actually it's to go see somebody else, right? And be intimate, right? So instead of only doing it when I'm going to see that person, I need to do it for myself all the time, no matter what. Does that make sense to you guys? Hi, Sukram Kumar. How are you? We may need to get a coffee. Oh, wait, what do you... Oh, yes, you love my socks? Listen, they were all little Marvel Universe ones. I love them so much. Striped purple and black thigh-high socks on. Yes, I love that. Okay, unless Spirit was giving you a hint about upcoming rendezvous for me. Well, I kind of was thinking the same thing. At least I'm hoping for. But this is the thing, is they wanted me to do it for myself no matter if I was seeing that person or not, right? It was about making myself a priority and allowing and affording myself to be soft and beautiful for myself. Not for anybody else, but just being in that place of loving myself completely and fully. Does that make sense? So instead of, wait, I have heard psychonantiums. What does that mean, psychonantiums? And yes, Rebecca, they really could be doing that as well, and then it's a possibility, but I'm not certain. So, oh wait, what, didn't it make you feel good after you shaved? It did, and my vibration was even higher than what it was, and that's the point that Spirit was also trying to get at, aside from all this self-love inundation, right? It was that it's always about me, right? And self-love is always caring for the self first and foremost. And though we may love other people, we always need to make sure that we're doing things for ourselves first and foremost. And that's to the smallest minutia. of our lives, like shaving, right? Or making your dinner, or even if you're the only one making your own dinner. Yes, I know Spirit's like, oh, are you listening to yourself right now? Yes, I'm listening to myself because I've been not feeling making dinner and I've been eating shitty food and I gained a couple pounds. And I know that I will stop self-sabotaging. Not that I really think I'm self-sabotaging. Really? But whatever. I understand that self-care is the most important, and me taking care of my body and making sure that there is a clear distinction when I'm taking care of myself for myself or taking care of myself because it's for somebody else. So I can never do it for somebody else. It's always got to be for myself. Does that make sense? Hi, Teddy Poo Poo. What am I doing? My podcast. I had to drag myself today to shave my face. I looked like a Captain Caveman already. I love it! Captain Caveman! See, I remember that. I am doing self-love and self-care. Even though that's not what I was supposed to be doing, I had to change it the last minute. Anyway. Let's see. In parapsychology and spiritualism, a psychomantium is a small enclosed area set up with a comfortable chair, dim lighting, and a mirror angled so as to not reflect anything else but darkness, intended to communicate with spirits of the dead. Oh, yes. I do know that is. I just don't use that word. I just call it being in a dark room with myself. Spirit gets to me no matter where I am. I'm just saying. Aw, hi Teddy Poo Poo. Right. What happened to the scheduled show? Good question. You missed the beginning. Spirit decided to have something else for me. See, something was telling me to straighten my hair. I did, and man, I felt good today. Shaving was on my mind too. See? Yes, it is. Absolutely sense. Yes. Makes absolute sense. Yep. Do you mean psychomantiums? Small enclosed areas set up with comfortable chair, dim lighting, and mirror angled as to not to reflect anything but darkness, intended to communicate with the spirits of the dead. I think you guys have been Googling some shit because that was pretty same. Hi, Katiksa. How are you? So I chose to self-love. Would you guys like to see my armpits? No, I'm just kidding. I would love to show you my legs, but I don't think you can see it. They are nice and soft. I did shave all the parts that I needed to shave. Can you guys see me? So I self-loved. Although I didn't do that kind of self-love. That's later. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Yes, Jessica. No, I like being Casper. I'm okay with it. I certainly am really white, though. I really am. Like, look, this is a tan. And it doesn't help that I have this. This is a tan. I just want you guys to know. This is a tan. Jim, you're cracking me up. I don't think I should be hearing. It's almost bedtime. Thank you, Jessica. I love myself no matter how white I am. And my legs are super white. It's like you can see the blood flowing inside of my skin. Almost. I mean, you can see some of the veins, but Lord have mercy, you can't see the blood shifting through it. Fine. I see some self-love in my future. That's right, Jim. We all need to self-love. Anyway, so Spirit was really getting on my ass about that, right? So then we transferred on. Let's see, Spirit, where are we going from here? Because then they were talking about how I needed to talk about self-love. I told them that they had to remind me because they were literally giving me a download. because it was so much stuff. So then we transitioned to love, our love lives, because they were explaining to me that there is a difference of me doing it for myself and doing it for somebody else. And I'm like, yes, I understand that. I get it. You know, sometimes it happens to be that I do it for somebody else, and then it ends up being for me because something happens with the plans, right? So then it's shifted. But they were being specific, like, you should always just be doing it for yourself. And then no matter what, you're just allowing and doing it. And so when you are going to see someone else, it's already done, right? Basically. And I agree. But if that person will love me, they'll love me for my hairy parts as well. I'm just saying. Whatever. But Spirit was really talking, transitioned into love. When you love someone and someone loves you, right? And especially if they don't love themselves. Because I'm in a place where I love myself so much. And it's funny because my older sister, Vicky, it's so funny because I think the other night she had called as well when I was, she had called on Tuesday, I think, also, when we were just talking about her. So she had called tonight, and I told her that how Spirit had shifted what I'm supposed to do. And she says, you know what? She said, there was a long time that I didn't love myself, but I can honestly say that I love myself. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so happy to hear this. And she says, yeah, she's like, it's strange for me to say, right? And my sister's older than I am. And she's in her 50s. And she explained that it's a strange thing. So most of her life, she lived without loving herself. And I have to say, my 40s, I have loved the fuck out of my 40s because I can honestly say this decade, I have loved myself more than I ever have when I was younger, you know. Somebody would say, oh, would you go back to your teenage years? No, I wouldn't go back to 19 even. For God's sake, 19, I was pregnant and I was huge and woo! I mean, it was a great pregnancy, but my daughter is amazing. And I wouldn't change that either, right? But I was very insecure and I had low self-esteem and I did not love myself at all. My 30s definitely did not love myself, but now there's a different way that I look and view. Like, one of the things that as I'm dating, right? It's very difficult for me to date, number one, because guys don't like when I know stuff that I shouldn't know. True statement right there. But one of the things is that when I see manipulation or little tiny bits of it, and it's usually quickly that I'll see it and spot it, and it makes me run now, right? Because in that manipulation, I realize and understand that, wow, they must not love themselves, that they're already trying to manipulate me. And I'm like, wow, that's really crazy. It's really crazy that there are so many of us still out there, right? That don't love ourselves. And as we are raising our vibration right now, this is the most important thing, especially in twin flame journeys. The twin flame journey is really hugely about one's self-love for themselves first and foremost, and then love for the person that's their twin flame, sacred union, divine counterpart, right? It's about balancing those energies within ourselves as well. So I have a little piece of hair or something on my lip gloss, and I can feel it. It's weird, right? Anyway, So Spirit and I were having a whole conversation regarding the twin flame stuff and the things that are still very important to me as I'm on this journey, and we were talking about it. And as you will be on your journeys as well, right? For those of you who are already on it, you understand that a twin flame journey is not a very easy thing, but it's all about loving yourself and trying to make yourself that perfect person of you, who you are. And I say perfect, meaning loving yourself perfectly, not in a perfect order, but loving yourself for who you are, where you are, and not because of anybody else, right? Hi, Barbara Anderson. It's about just really trusting yourself, loving yourself. So in this journey, it's so imperative for you to love yourself so you can mirror back to the person that is your sacred union, your divine counterpart, your twin flame. I mean, this is even for romantic, any kind of romantic relationship, soulmate, non-soulmate, it doesn't, karmic, whatever. It's all about loving yourself because it's about how you want others to treat you, and you show that by how you treat yourself and how you treat that person, right? I firmly believe that. So as you are mirroring or trying to mirror good behavior of what you want, right? So if you're treating them like when they call or text, you answer their call or text as soon as you can, right? But then you're not getting that back. That shows that there's some kind of disconnect there, right? And if you're constantly only trying to give them what they're giving or what you want them to reflect back, I don't want you to negate your boundaries. I don't want you to negate anything else. Does that make sense? So you have to make sure you're loving yourself. Even though you want something reflected to them, you also have to know what you want back, I guess is what I want to say. Though Spirit always has this thought of unconditional love, meaning that you will love them no matter what, and they should love you no matter what. So I have a bad flaw. I'm always late. I know that this comes as shock and news to you. I'm constantly late, no matter how hard I try to be on time. I know this is coming as new news to you. So, yeah, I'm sharing details that you don't know of me, which I'm late a lot. They're like, no. You guys are like, no, we know you're late, Cindy. Just so you're aware, we know you're late. But it's about loving yourself first and giving yourself that respect first and foremost, right? And then reflecting all the other things that you would like in the relationship. However, when it comes to self-love, when you see that there are self-worth issues in somebody else, what are you doing? I see that it's a $20 bill. You're going to the store? Okay. Are you taking your brother, please? Okay, good. Thank you. Because it's late. It's 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, but I'm one of those crazy moms that don't like her kids to go out by themselves, even though they're 17 and 15. Whatever. I can be that way and shelter my children. If you decide to pass judgment on me, I don't care. All right, let's get to some of these questions because I know that you guys are having a lot of questions right now. So even though I haven't finished my train of thought, sometimes I argue with myself when it comes down to self-love. Many times I just don't want to do shit, but in the end, I force myself to get up and seize the day. Christopher, yes! That's exactly it. Because number one, when you take care of yourself in such a way, you're sending yourself better, more unbelievable vibrations and love. I think they just. Okay, Jet's still standing there. I'm like, I didn't hear the door shut, but I heard the other door shut. So it's all about loving yourself and really just kicking yourself in the butt to do it, right? So that's basically what I did. I kicked myself in the butt at Spirit's prodding and shaved, right? So it's exactly the same, right? Seize the day, do it for yourself because it's good to love yourself, to love on yourself, right? I bet that I caused my angels, guides, and spirit to feel like they need psychotherapy when dealing with me. Listen, I feel the same way sometimes. Rebecca, that just cracked me up because I can see myself in that statement. Selena, wow, thank you for sharing. Do you think that some people do not have a twin flame in a lifetime? So I'm learning. I have to say I'm learning about the twin flame journey, to be honest. It's not something I believed in. If you would have told me, well, my girlfriend did. My girlfriend brought this up like January of 2019 and asked me about twin flame, and she started telling me about it, and I really didn't think about it or even remember it later on. And I'm like, what? No, that just sounds like hokey bullshit to me. I'm like, yeah, we have our soulmates and stuff like that. And, I understand that, but I don't believe in this stupid twin flame shit. This is crazy. Until it smacks me in the face later that year. Yeah, November of last year. That's when I started learning about twin flame stuff. And I have learned a lot, my friends. I have learned a lot. And the funny part is so in 2018, I had specifically, like, my New Year's resolution was that I wanted to find love and open my heart up and blah, 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 because, I have had a wall, and that's okay. It was my shit. I had to deal with it. I get it. So I made a list. This probably sounds super silly. It didn't sound silly then because I'm a witch. So I believe in that the things that I want, I will call to myself, and words are important. And because I am a magician as well, I believe in magic, and I believe that I will call to myself the things I want and need. So there were things that were on my yes, I want list and the no, I do not fucking want list, right? So on my, I swear. So Spirit really likes to fuck with me, I feel. There's a pattern I've had in the type of men that I've dated. Let's just put it that way. Not always a good pattern, but I've learned a lot from each and every one of them. Definitely have learned a lot of lessons. So, and with each one, you can see the progress of my self-love. Because I get rid of them quicker and sooner. However, back in 2018, I had my list. I knew what I wanted and what I didn't want, and I let the universe know this. Well, 2019 comes around with, New Year's and such not, and I completely say, okay, I am completely open to I want the love of my life. And they go, are you sure about that? When Spirit says that to you, you have to take a pause, because when they ask if you're sure, you damn well better be sure. Because it's usually a lot of lessons involved when you say yes. And so when they said that to me, I, of course, innately felt fear. I felt fear, like, oh my God, do I really want this? And I said, yes. Yes, I do want this. And they said, are you positive? I said, yes. And I had a lot of, what is the word? Resolve. I had resolve. So yes, whatever they were going to give me, however it was going to come, I was going to take it and be appreciative, because I wanted to learn and have that love in my life that I've always wanted, right? So when my girlfriend brought up the twin flame thing, like in January of 2019, I'm like, fuck no, that's bullshit. I don't know where you got this hokey bullshit, but no. Nope. It's not a thing. Don't trust it or believe it. She just let me be, right?
But remind me to go back over in like 10 minutes.
I can't do that.
You can.
Where's your brother?
Right there.
Okay. It's 8:52 now. Yeah. Let's fast forward to a very not good place. Not good place at all. However, I was learning a lot about myself at the end of last year. I was broken wide open in a way that I did not, like, I was crazy. I was crazy. I feel like I was crazy. Like, yeah. Twin flame sacred unions can cause obsession and triggers and all this crazy stuff. But you know what it does too? It helps you learn about yourself even more and love yourself even more than you thought you did before. And that's what I've learned, is loving myself. And right now I'm in a good place. However, if I could be you and have your twin flame in front of me, I would want the twin flame to know how much, well, I would say to your twin flame, I love you. I love you. I accept you how you are, and you are worthy of me. Right? Fuck, I'd like to say that to my twin flame, right? It's not the right time. And they are not aware that they are my twin flame. So, and it's not my place to tell them either. So, it is what it is, right? At this place, in this juncture. But if I could tell my twin flame, I would tell them, I love you. I accept you exactly how you are. You are worthy to have me. I am worthy to have you, and we can grow together to learn about the other things along the way. And the thing is I have had visions, right? And in these visions, I can see where they change and are a different person. And it's not because of me. I think it's just because they are wanting that. So the person I know right now is different than the person I see in these visions. And that's not because I'm telling them or doing anything, because I accept them how they are. And that's what I would want him to know, right? That I accept him how he is. But if they don't love themselves because of their behaviors tell me, you know, if your twin flame's behaviors tell you that they're not in the place of where they can be that person for you, then you have to allow them to grow. And that's the hardest part, right? If they've ghosted you, if they don't return your calls, if they don't answer as soon as you call, if XYZ, there's a lot of things that we can put in there, right? But it's about loving yourself first and foremost. And if on that journey of any relationship, if that's not what you're accepted, that you're willing, if you're not willing to accept that, then do not accept that for yourself, right? But it also comes down to a worthiness thing and a self-esteem thing and a self-love thing on their part, right? For themselves. It has nothing to do with me. I would get triggered about, so thank you, Spirit's reminding me. So one of the things that on this journey, it brings up triggers. And we all get triggered. Our children can trigger us. Our parents can trigger us. Our lovers can trigger us. Partners, whatever, right? Best friends can trigger us. And I've had a lot of those this week too. So one of my triggers was self-worth, right? Because I was being put as not a priority, or feeling like I was not a priority, or feeling like there are other people that are more important. That triggered me from when I was in a relationship when I was 22 years old, right? And I was in that relationship for almost 4 years, and it brought me back to that place. And I refuse to be in that dark place that I was back then. I was so insecure, and I had no self-worth because this person made me feel as though I was not worthy to be in their, in their stratosphere. So I as soon as I got triggered and I felt like that, I'm like, oh, I need to back the frick up, because this is not a place where that's acceptable for me. If I'm getting triggered and feeling as though I am having issues with my self-worth now, then I need to recalibrate and I need to back up, because I need to fill myself back up with love. Because what it comes down to is people will treat you a certain way, but it's not because of you. It's because of them, right? They will treat you a certain way. They can cheat on you, because that's what happened in that relationship. I was cheated on. I was always made to feel like the last thing on their list, and that's not acceptable either, right? Back in that day, we didn't have cell phones or pagers, so a phone call would be far and few between, right? So it's about realizing as you get older, like, what is your shit and what is somebody else's shit, and not accepting someone else's shit as your own, because then you try to make it about your worth when it's their shit. Does that make sense? It's only what you can only accept what's your shit. So if somebody's treating you a certain way, you can't let it affect your self-esteem or your self-worth, because it's their shit. This has nothing to do with you. It's about them, right? And so you need to remember that you are just as good as you were the day before you felt this way, or they treated you this way, right? You're still the same person. The only thing in the equation that changed was how they treated you. So that's not you, that's them, right? So you have to be true and honor. You have to be true to yourself and honor yourself. And in honoring yourself, you say, oh shit, I allowed that to make me feel as though that's mine. Well, that's not mine, and I won't accept it or allow it as mine. That's their shit, right? But in the twin flame, sacred union, divine counterparts, it's so easy to because it is yours. When it's theirs, it's yours too, right? So it's something you have to confront, because twin flame, for those of you who don't know and understand, twin flame, sacred journey, divine counterparts, it's a relationship, and your soul basically was one. And then over time, at some certain point, you guys divided and created a masculine and a feminine form of yourself, and you separated. And then you became male and female at any given time, interplaying. You could have been the same sex at the same time. However, it's still your energy in another person. That's basically the premise. And so in this relationship, you are mirroring each other because you are each other. So if it is your divine counterpart that is giving you and making you feel as though your worth is an issue, then yes, you definitely have to work on your self-worth more so it can mirror back to them, because that's what they need to work on, right? But you still can't take it as your own, even though it's their shit. You can't take it as your own. You're working on yours. You can't take somebody else's shit. It doesn't matter if they're your twin flame or the fucking incarnation of Jesus Christ. No offense, Jesus. But he's literally giggling right now. I literally am hearing giggling. I know that probably sounds super weird. Listen, just because I didn't mention it, Spirit already told me they were going to be here. I already knew I was going to have a full house. I already knew. So I said that I may channel, and that's because I already knew that I was going to have Jesus here. I have Venus here. I have the cloaked ones here. I have the other ascended masters. I have Mother Mary here. I have Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael. Oh, I have Chemuel, Archangel Chemuel here too. I don't know what some of these archangels mean. I'm sorry. I have so many here, right? And they're the ones keeping me on track and trying to help me remember as I go, right? So you can't keep it as your own, even though they're your twin. That's not acceptable. You understand, you accept. Oh, that just makes me see. That's a trigger. Okay, great. That's a trigger I need to work on myself again, right? So, ooh, I have a little kink in my self-esteem and my self-worth right here. Thank you for showing me this trigger, but I know it's not mine anymore, right? Does that make sense? Hi, Mary. So, yeah. So, Rebecca, to go back to your question, I don't know if everybody will have their twin flames in a given lifetime, right? Right now, there are a lot of twin flames right now because we are trying to raise the vibration of the earth. And twin flame love relationships are immeasurably raising the vibration of love, and that's the vibration we're trying to raise here on earth right now. And so I'd like to believe personally that when twin flames are coming together, it just adds more of that vibration that we need for the ascension in this time frame. Does that make sense? So right now you're going to hear a lot about it because they're helping raise the vibration of Earth. That's hugely important right now. Do I feel like everybody will? No, because there may be some that have already had their twin flames and have merged with them. Does that make sense? A lot of times, twin flames and past lives go together hand in hand. So you probably have known these people many times over in past lives. So, but do I know if everybody is going to meet their twin flame? No, I don't necessarily believe or know that. Right? It's not that I don't believe it. It's that I don't know that. Like I haven't gotten that information or clarity for myself yet. And maybe I should just have a jam session with Spirit on twin flames, which I actually have already put in that I wanted them to do with me. So maybe we can just have like a huge download for me, Spirit, putting it in. I'm putting in my request right now, in case you didn't hear me the last time. So they're all like, She's requesting it now. My 20s and some of my 30s was rough. I'm 35. Yes, Christopher. Yes, Christopher. I went through a really bad path to self-destruction. And now in these times, I'm really starting to learn, love, and accept myself. And isn't it amazing? Because this is the thing is when we just, like what you said earlier, Christopher, is how you just push yourself to love yourself in those moments just to get up. I mean, sometimes, listen, I have not showered at a point, and it wasn't because I was depressed or anything. I just didn't freaking feel like it. I wasn't leaving my house. I mean, 6 days without a shower. Listen, don't judge me because you could have been there too. But it doesn't matter, right? It's not about... I just wasn't in that mood. I didn't feel it. I just was like, but the thing is when you take a shower, it raises your vibration. When you choose self-love, it raises your vibration. And a shower is self-love. It's self-care, right? And we should, even if we're not washing our hair every day, it's about raising our vibration just to get the psychic schmucks off of our ethereal body, right? And that helps our vibrations as well. So sometimes we're just in a place of being apathetic, right? We're not feeling anything. And so that's when you definitely need to go get in the shower, when you're feeling apathetic, the lack of any feeling, right? Which is the opposite. Most people think that depression is the opposite of love, and that's not the truth. Apathy is actually the opposite of love. So, Jessica says, yes. And Rebecca, I love this. She's like, I don't think I believe in twin flames, karmic, soul partners, or true unconditional love. Well, I'm living it. I didn't either. But I'm living all of that bullshit right now. Actually, and I believed, I didn't know that it was called a karmic relationship. I just knew that I would know, this probably sounds super weird, but I would know all of my relationships. I'm the one who would leave, and at the end, I would be the one to leave. There have been a few that have left, but after that relationship, I would know whose lessons it was. Either it was my lesson or it was their lesson, right? Sometimes it was both of our lessons. And so when it comes to karmic, I definitely believe in karmic relationships. I always have. And I always believed in soulmates. I always believed in a soulmate. So, and I've had soulmates in my life already. And a soulmate does not necessarily mean a romantic partner. My best friend is my soulmate. Definitely one of my soulmates. I've had a few soulmates in my lifetime. I have an ex-boyfriend that was probably a soulmate. I would say that. Yeah. But it's just soulmates are just things that you share, and it's not necessarily, a karmic is just, yep, I have something to learn with you, and that's it. Bye, bitches. I'm out. But twin flame, I did not believe in. I do now. It's just because it's a very different relationship and you learn a lot. It's much different than any of the karmic relationships I've had because I've known my karmic relationships, definitely, absolutely have known my karmic relationships. The boy's father was definitely a karmic relationship. Jesse's dad definitely was a karmic relationship, I would say. Yeah, this is not anywhere near it's not like any relationship I've ever had. And I can't even call it a relationship. So whatever. It is a relationship of some sorts, right? Hi, Mary. Good night, Jim. Good night, Jim. And viewers, be positive, do positive, everyone. Absolutely. Rebecca, I have had issues of self-worth since childhood, so I can feel you. Absolutely. I think we all can. We all think that we all have our insecurities, no matter who you are. You know, the most beautiful people in the world can have insecurities, right? Just because they aren't shown to us on the runway or the magazines doesn't mean they don't have them, right? We all have insecurities, every single one of us. And a lot of times we all struggle with self-worth, and we think that everybody else has it so together, right? But some people just have very good facade, right? But I believe in having transparency here, and Spirit knows that's what I have. That's what my like, I don't know what the word is. Like my contract with you guys is, I guess. I don't know. My thing is with you guys that I will be as transparent as I can be. I'm not going to, like, I don't talk about my relationship, and this is about as much as I'll say about it, right? Until the time is right. Until I will choose to. Because I feel like I still need to have some of my own privacy, right? Obviously. But I will talk about sex. What? Sex is good. Sex is fun. We all love sex. Yay! And if you don't, you need to get you some. A good partner. Rebecca says, I think that is why I've been a nurturer and healer your entire life, because of the self-esteem and self-worth issues. But remember what I just was talking about with Spirit, saying that we have to do things for ourselves and not for that other person. We need to owe it to ourselves to love ourselves first, and then you can give for that other person. Does that make sense? Jessica says, yes, they have to treat you the way to take your power for themselves. They have to treat you that way to take your power for themselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's because if you remember a few things back, it was a Tarot Tuesday night, and I had Zeus here for the very first time, and Zeus was all about like sending lightning bolts at me. I'm like, holy shit, what are you doing? And Zeus was all about like telling us that night about taking our power back and not allowing people to take our power from us, right? Like that is so indelibly ingrained in my brain, like seeing him do that, like it was crazy. Like I wish I could just make a movie or a video of it for you guys so you could see what I saw, because it was awesome. Yeah. Oh, I flipping love you, Cindy. The show is really opening my eyes. Aw, Christopher, thank you. I appreciate it. Spirit is really wanting me to have an air of authenticity, right? And transparency. And I think that's what this is all about, because I don't like the spiritual gurus that would rather look down at you and go, how dare you be an ego? And me, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm a super spiritual person. I do spiritual work, but you know what? I can still be an ego, so much so that I get it tattooed on my arm to get the fuck out of ego, right? Yeah. And I really firmly believe that this is also like the part that you need to be able to see somebody like you that can teach you, right? So I have people that teach me, but I see something in myself in them, right? So I would much rather be somebody down to earth than some fucking spiritual guru on a pedestal going, you're an ego. Sorry, you can't be with us. No, you're an ego. This is where you need to be so we can all talk about it and we can all converse and we can all learn to not be in our egos, right? But when I call you on being an ego, you got to understand that you're an ego, right? And listen, I'm called out on my ego too, not just by Spirit. My cousin will be the first one to go, are you an ego? Or my buddy Pete will say, but that's an ego thing, right, Cindy? For fuck's sake, yes it is. God damn it, I'm an ego and I'm okay with it right at this moment. Just let me have this moment. I'll get over it in a minute. But then you collect yourself, you go back to center, and you're like, okay, I'm good now. I get it. Yes, those angels are ones for you to give you strength. Yes, they are. Hi, angels. Thank you for sending me here. Thank you for everything. Oh, you guys are so cute. I just love you guys so much. Hi, Seth Dickey. I love you, buddy. I miss you guys. Mary says, what do you do when you have a twin flame that's afraid of moving forward? Well, a lot of twin flames, I would say, probably have a fear of commitment. I had a fear of commitment. Listen, I was commitment phobic, and I see that and I recognize that in myself. I was not one of the, I mean, even when it comes to my schedule, sometimes I'm like, ooh, I don't know. That's so far out, that 3 days away. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. There might be a better offer. That's terrible. That's super terrible. But we're talking about transparency and authenticity, right? And that's the authentic Cindy, right? Sometimes I can't go out too far because, you know, I just don't know what the future holds. I could be dead tomorrow. I'm not going to be, don't worry. I'm not going to be. But I just have that thing within me. I don't know. It's a commitment issue, and I know that. So I do, like when it comes to my schedule and scheduling people, I do schedule people, just so you know. And I do go out quite a bit of time. They're in my calendar. Just when social things come up, I guess. That's what I'm talking about. That's funny. Truthful too, though. I'm so thirsty. So we can't make them move forward is my answer, Mary, right? My answer is we can't make them move forward. We can't even tell them that there are twin flames. At least that's how I feel. Like, because when you tell them that, you may be hindering their process. And you can't hinder their process. Well, you can. But the separation and all the other stuff that comes with it just may be that much longer, right? So it's more about just doing the things you need to do. And allowing spirit to do their end. And their end is your sacred union partner, your twin flame, your divine counterpart. That's spirit's job, is to make them aware of what the relationship really is. And I'm certain they might say something like a soulmate, or they might say like, oh my gosh, I have this amazing connection that I've never had, and it's freaking weird because I think their thoughts, I think they're talking to me in my head, telepathic communication. I dream about them all the time, and we're together. Like, I'm sure that they have dreams that they don't understand, and they just think that it's very strange that what we're, they probably think that we are the devil incarnated sometimes because they're dreaming about us. They can't get us off of their mind. I don't know. That's just how I have to think about it. Like, if I'm them and they are me, right? Then I know how it is for me, so maybe it's the same for them, right? I don't know. I would love to hear that I would love to hear my sacred union divine counterparts' thoughts, right? When we come into union, I want to hear his thoughts. I want to know what he felt, thought, saw, I know that there's crazy stuff that I can't begin to explain to you guys. That maybe one of these days I will, right? Crazy stuff. Tom Neely, hello, how are you? I don't know when it said you just got here. Oh, a little after 9? Well, I appreciate you coming here. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it. Been there, don't that. Been there, don't that. Done that. Yeah, I thought so. Jessica says, I used to tell my kids to go take a shower and let that stuff go down the drain. Yes, Jess! Yes, Jess, you have to. You got to get that psychic schmutz off. Because this is the thing. We have psychic energy points. You know, chakras, that's what they are. They're psychic energy points. You're taking in a hell of a lot of information that you don't realize. Everybody that you come into contact with, you guys are communicating with your chakras, your psychic energy points 24/7, all the time. You know, whenever you're around those people, you're intermixing and intermingling with all of those people. New York City, they do it a lot. There's a lot of people in New York City. They are intermingling all the time. That's why you need to shower every day in New York City. Oh, yes, just all that psychic schmutz that gets in your, oh my Lord, you need to just let that go down the drain. I literally do that all the time. Like, I literally okay, it all just flows down the drain. It does. Let's see. Tom Nally, sex. Is that all you talk about, Cindy, is sex? Well, yes, it is, Tom. No, it's not. Tom just said, well, he said a few minutes ago, and just as proving what I said about the other night, I got really good news today about the garden. I am volunteering and restoring. Did you get it? I just got goosebumps, Tom. So you're doing it how you want to do it? Oh my gosh, some validation. Yes, you did it. I'm so proud of you, buddy. I told you were going to be able to do what you wanted to do. Let's see. Soulmates can come in many numbers. It's our circle that goes through many lifetimes with us. Yes. The people that we're around, we tend to, the people that we hang around, our family, our friends, we tend to reincarnate with them over and over again, playing different roles all the time. It's not saying that you're not with other people too, but you have like a core group of souls that you reincarnate with. Sex. I just love that one. That was my favorite. Hi, Ashley. I wanted to talk to you today, Ashley. Aw. We got some love up in the house. Oh, you've been lurking quietly, have you? Yes, I have gained so much from you in the last 2 weeks. I'm so grateful for being led to you. Aw, Jessica, that just makes me look clumped in the hot chakra. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys saying this, to be honest. Sometimes I just feel like Spirit wants me to say shit and it'll hit whoever it hits. Like, it's like throwing poop. Stop it. One of my friends said, if there's a monkey throwing poop at you, and what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to throw poop back at him. I'm going to throw my shit. He's like, you're so crazy. I'm like, no. I'm like, could you imagine all the papers going, woman throws shit at a monkey? What kind of woman is this? Well, that monkey threw shit at me. I'm going to throw it back. That's terrible. It's a joke. Anyway, but it's like it's like a spitball, right? You have a destination and a target, but not all the time do you hit the destination when you throw your spit wad, right? Like sometimes you can throw that spit wad, but it comes apart and hits like a bunch of different people, like you weren't expecting. Like, it may not be the wad itself, but it could be like the spittle. So it gets other people. It's kind of like that. Like, you throw it out there for it to hit somebody. And as long as it hits one person, that's all that's important to me, right? But I know that Spirit has bigger thoughts and ideas about it. But as long as there's one person that can understand the crazy shit that comes out of my mouth, right? And it resonates with them. I think that's all it just makes me feel validated, right? Not that I need validation anymore, you guys, I don't, but it's also like as a human to human kind of perspective, we all just need to know that there's somebody else like us, or that there's somebody else out there that is like us, right? Because sometimes we can feel so alone in this life, and that's the part that's hard, right? So we don't want to feel alone, and sometimes when I say this, it's just so you know there's somebody else that's going through it too, right? Yeah. And Jess knows that I've told her some other things. Like I've had some pretty interesting relationships, my friends, really. Tom, and just as proving what I said about the other night, I got. Oh wait, you said that already. I put it on 2 feeds to assure you saw it. Got it. Thanks, Tom. Oh my God, so would I. I don't know what you said that about Mary, but Pete, I farging felt you, Pete. I farging felt you. Twin flame. I sense today that it is almost like your twin flame. Their essence is their DNA. It's such a connection, vibration at the core level, which is hard to turn off at times. Don't make me cry, Pete. Oh, oh, shit balls. Yeah. It is almost like your DNA, right? It's hard. Yeah. I got my eyeballs are a little wet and soppy. Oh, Katiksa, perfect. You come and watch. That would be great. COVID. Ah! What does that mean? No COVID. LMAO. There I go again. I'm all verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you, yes, another topic. The Partridge Family. We're neither partridges nor a family. Discuss. They were a family, you goofball. They were a singing family. They were not a family of partridges, however. They were not partridges, except for their last name. Or who has gone through it. Oh, shoot. Spitballs. Yes, thank you, Rebecca. My eyeballs are sweating. Mary is the one who said that. Spitballs, yes. Yes, my eyeballs are sweating. Like, oh, they're super sweaty. So yes, and this is the thing is I think that it's pretty amazing that there are cohorts that are going through the twin flame, sacred union, divine counterpart at the same time. And I think sometimes we need those people so that we don't feel so crazy and alone, right? And I think that if we can feel crazy and alone, then that's the best part, right? Because this whole thing, even with just a regular relationship, you can't be in a relationship where you are jealous, where you are insecure, where you, and I say you can't be because if you are, it's always from a place of ego. And it's never a healthy place, and it's never a healthy relationship either, right? You have to come from a place of love, a love of self first and foremost, because when you love yourself, that jealousy shit, it goes to the wayside when you're centered and grounded, right? It doesn't matter because you have trust, right? And when you can trust completely and wholly, it then is, it takes away the codependency from the relationship as well, right? And it releases that codependency. Hi, Amy Boswell. Welcome. It releases that codependency. And the thing is about codependency, it's all a lie, right? It's two people that are together holding on to each other for reasons that maybe they shouldn't, right? Sometimes you grow out of people when you're in an egoic or karmic kind of relationship, right? When you are in a place of self-love, you can be loving on yourself completely, but if the other person doesn't love themselves, that's where it's still a toxic relationship, right? It's only one-sided. It's you're giving what you can to that person, but they can't return or reciprocate that, then that's unhealthy, right? And sometimes it's about sometimes it's about loving yourself. And I just saw something I just need to do really quick. I'm sorry. Ah! I'm breaking stuff up in my studio. Kids make fun of me when I call it my studio, but it is my studio, really. And now I'm blind with that light. Anyway, yes, it is soul sucking, Mary. It really is. It's so draining, right? You can't. It's the same thing if you're in a negative. If you're in a relationship with a negative person, it's very draining, and you can feel them draining your energy, and now you're, after time goes by, you are literally like, oh, so parched, and your soul just needs more and needs something because you're so drained. But if you're feeding yourself self-love, they're going to keep sucking it off of you with that negativity. And I had a few relationships like that where it was very draining, and I had to finally be like, I need to release you to save myself. It's the truth. But that's the ultimate act of self-love, isn't it? When we need to save ourselves first and foremost for self-preservation, right? I mean, that's the complete. If there is not another act more defining of self-love than releasing a relationship, whether you love that person wholeheartedly, immensely, truly, unconditionally or not, you need to love yourself unconditionally first and foremost. And when you can release a relationship that you love so much because you need to love yourself, I think that is the greatest, what is the word? It's the greatest act of love for yourself, right? Because, and it doesn't matter if it's your baby daddy, right? It doesn't matter if you have a sacred soul marriage. It doesn't matter if you have a real marriage. It doesn't matter if you're just partners here. If you love them unfucking conditionally, you have to release them. If you're starving, you have to quench your thirst first, and that thirst is your soul needing self-love. Yeah. I love it. Preach. Yes, you can only save you, and only they can save them. Exactly. It doesn't matter how much you want to save them for them. You can't, especially in when it comes to, like, my boy's father had issues with substances, and he may still. I don't really know him to know that about him, but I can presume, right? I couldn't love him more. I couldn't make him love me more than the drugs, right? I couldn't make him love me more than the drugs. And back then, that killed me. Like, that killed me. Always being in competition with something that I could never be, a drug. It would be one thing if it was a person, right? You know, you sit there and say, oh, well, that's a person. Well, they're much prettier than I am. Or like, or, hey, wow, you stepped down from me. Like, that's a slap in the face. But it doesn't matter, right? It has no difference. It has nothing. It's not about you. It's not about your competition, right? Because that's then an ego thing. It's that you can never fulfill that person because you're not their drug. Literally, right? And that's a hard, cold realization a lot of times. But in that act of ultimate self-love, you know, you realize that you can only save yourself. You can't save anybody else. Yeah. ending a 20-year soul-sucking marriage now, but tried to help him for 4 years stay on his own path, just to really not give a flying fuck now. That's right, Mare. That's right. 25 years here, Mary. Yes, Jessica. And so I was saying how I just knew about relationships, whether they were lessons or my lessons or their lessons. Listen, I know that everybody does not have this luxury, but I've always dreamt of the men that I would date before I dated them. And, you know, sometimes I would just know when I was in a relationship that if I had dreamt of my next boyfriend, I wasn't going to be in that relationship much longer. That's terrible, but it's so true. So true. I seriously tried to make it so he could move out and be the man he needs to be without me, but it didn't work. And it doesn't, unfortunately, right? You finally just have to cut ties with them so that, and it's that tough love kind of thing where you have to finally, like, it's got to be you or him. That's it. It's got to be you or him. And it doesn't matter whether it's a heterosexual or a homosexual relationship. It has no matter. I have so many friends. I can't say had, because I have so many friends that are in same-sex partnerships that they're violent. And it doesn't matter if it's just a heterosexual relationship. Same-sex relationships go through the same thing. There's a lot of relationships that same-sex relationships that are female-on-female violence and male-on-male violence, right? And in the trans community as well. I have a lot of friends that are very diverse, and I'm very proud of my diversity, I feel, right? I love that I can have so many different kinds of friends, because it just fills my rainbow up more, right? That's how I feel. Because it makes my life more colorful, really. Because, you know, sometimes we think of ourselves as one color or whatever, and then we have a lot of other people that can lend their colors to us, right? And I just love that. And I'm not talking about race color. I mean, just our personality things. Like, I have a lot of different peeps from a lot of different worlds. Let's put it that way. Yup, snip, snip. It's me. Hey, she's my love. Wait, who are we talking about? I'm so confused right now. LOL, I meant I choose me. Yes, girl. Yes. Oh, me? You guys are so silly. It's just, so remember what I said though about self-worth. It's not about you guys, right? If it's somebody treating you a certain way and trying to make you feel less worthy, you just have to remember that those are their issues and it's not your issue, right? I would love to be able to show people the things that I see for them. I see a lot of future places of people, and I can see them down their timelines, and I would love to show my twin flame his future person self that I've seen. I would love to. I have clients that I have seen future things of, right? Future versions of. My cousin, I can remember having a future version of her, and she's actually, listen, and it's not just in regard to weight or anything else. It's a spiritual thing too. Like, I see them, see people differently. It's just as amazing that I am afforded certain things, and I'm so appreciative that Spirit gives me what I have, and I can share it. And the thing is I think that Spirit shows me these future versions of people so that these future versions so these people can believe in those future versions, right? So they can start seeing that future version, right? And I wish I could have all the people see their future versions, right? That I see. I would love to be able to project what I'm given. It doesn't always work, but it would be super amazing and fun, right? Short-term guys to be called future ex-husbands. Sometimes it be that way, right? I'm never married, and I just always knew that if I have a relationship that's not working, I'm not going to fucking get married and have it be harder to get out of, and then I got to share shit with them. No, I'm not doing it. Until that perfect person is, water. Listen, I asked you to do something for me. I'm being a mean mom. I'm not sharing my Mountain Dew. It's 0 sugar, by the way. But the boys like it because it's Mountain Dew. And I don't buy the sugar pop for myself. I don't like even buying it for them, but whatever. I forgot what I was talking about because Jeff interrupted me. They will run fast. Yes. Nope, it's not me because I fucking rock. Yes, girl! I'm telling you, I'm feeling myself today. So that's one of my things. I'm feeling myself, right? I'm feeling myself today. I'm feeling myself every day. And I'm not talking about touching yourself and feeling yourself in that way, like, wah, wah. That's not what I'm talking about. Feeling myself is, I'm feeling good. I love myself today. I'm feeling myself. I'm celebrating myself when I need to celebrate myself. I'm loving on myself, and not in a sexual manner, but you can. Yes, that's the true definition of self-love, is I'm feeling myself. Feeling myself, yes. Yes. Yes, we got a little devil in us, too. And our devil rocks. Oh, that's so funny. So do you guys have any questions? Did we talk about self-love? Hey, you know what? Let's put the self-care in here, right? Because we need to talk about how are we going to later. That's right, girl, later. Mm-hmm. Yes. So we need to be able to talk about, because we don't all know how to self-love, right? When you are grounded and centered, that is the best space to self-love, right? So how can we start doing things to show that we love ourselves, right? So the first thing is, when you choose yourself over someone else, that's self-love. Oh, I need my cord. Let me find it. Let me find my battery cord because it's running low. I need to plug in. Where the heck is it? I have like 10 feet of cord, but there we go. I don't know. Can you guys hear that little bring? Yeah. So, what was I saying? Okay, so self-love. So grounding and centering is a great way to start getting to a space and place of self-love. So what are some things that we can do to self-love, guys? What can we do? we can ground and center. How do we ground and center? Well, you can physically, literally go outside and ground yourself. Take off your shoes and walk around in the grass or the mud and the dirt. When it starts raining, going outside and playing in the rain. That's a great way to ground too. No shoes on, by the way. No shoes on when you're playing in the rain. But grounding is really literally going and grounding yourself in the earth. Gardening, walking barefoot, and I have the most beautiful picture of the moon through my window right here in my dining room, because that's where my studio is. In my dining room. It's my studio, my dining room studio. I don't know, whatever. But the moon looks amazing. Thank you, Mother Goddess. I just love that. Oh, let's see. I just started with cleaning my surroundings just to have my hot water heater spew like a hydrant. But yes, consider yourself first. That's awesome. Yeah. Listen, that's another way to self-love, right? Is clearing things out of your space. Like physically, literally. Getting rid of stuff. When you get rid of stuff, it really helps you feel good. And that's like on my list. Like, I'm trying to motivate myself to deep cleanse, get rid of shit I don't need. Yeah. I'm trying to work on that. So that's a great way to, but another way to balance ourselves as well. So in balancing, it's through that grounding and centering that will bring balance. And bringing balance meditation is a great way to bring this grounding and centering as well, right? So you've gone outside, you've grounded in the earth, you come inside, take at least 5 minutes of peace where nobody's going to bother you, and take those 5 minutes and allow just for meditation time. And meditation, listen, I meditate when I'm in the shower. I know that's probably weird, but I do. Meditation isn't the same for everybody. It doesn't just mean om, right? It doesn't mean that. It means that, you could look at a candle flickering and just clearing your mind, clearing your vibrationally, clearing space for yourself. Creating a sacred space for yourself is another way to self-love. A sacred space is where it's sacred to you, like an altar would be sacred space, right? So creating an altar is amazing, sacred self-care energy space. So one of the things that I did is I brought out my sacred self-care cards, because I feel like there's some really great, these are an oracle card, but I love that this has like all of these different ways. Yes, Mary, get rid of clutter. That's exactly it. Yes. That's what I'm trying to declutter. That's the word. Yes, declutter. So as my shirt shows all these different stones are also a great way to help with grounding and centering as well, right? It's a way to self-care. Healing with stones is a great way. So I'm just going to start pulling all these cards out, and we'll just go through them quick. 52, take a walk. See the female goddess energy and the universe, and then the mountain in the background. Beautiful. I love these cards so much. Even abundance planning. Isn't that interesting? Number 1, abundance planning. Connecting with crystals. We just had a conversation about crystals, right? We just talked about this too. Number 13, connect with earth, right? We just talked about this too. 16, make an altar, aka sacred space. Oh, we talked about this too. I've been doing this. Number 27 is hydrating. Keep yourself hydrated. And so one of the thoughts when I just said something about balance, it's also about having a balanced diet and really So one thing you need to know, processed food really reduces your vibration. It lowers your vibration. When you eat real whole foods, it raises your vibration. And this is what we're trying to attain, is a nice high vibration for ourselves. And in that place of self-love, it's high vibration. So all these things that are keeping you in a low vibration, not showering for days on end, Cindy, not eating properly, Cindy, those are low vibration things. And eating processed food, Cindy, low vibration. I understand what I'm doing, and I'm trying to reduce and eliminate those things that I'm self-sabotaging, right? Because it is. It's the truth when it comes down to it. I'm self-sabotaging. So instead, you really need to just raise your vibration, raise your energy. So this is a great one, you guys. A health checkup, right? Health checkup, 26. These are all great sacred self-care items. Burning bowl ritual, number 7. A burning bowl ritual, for some of you may not understand, it means that when you want something, you write it out, you put it in a heat-resistant kind of thing, holder. Like, I have a cauldron. It's metal. It's iron, actually. So I put it in there, and then I can light it on fire. So something that is heat proof, and then you can burn that. Sometimes it's when you're trying to eliminate a person in your life and cut those ties, you can put their name, and it doesn't mean that you're going to set them on fire or anything like that. That's not what I mean. Is sometimes you just need to release things. Sometimes you can release things, write it down, put it in the bowl to be burned, and release it to the universe. Sometimes you want to call things and manifest things into your life, so you write that down and you send it to the universe. Does that make sense? Yes, Jessica, container. As I'm sitting here eating Fritos, listen, I was eating onion ring things. Like, they're like Funyuns, but they're wise. So they're just called onion rings, right? Container, exactly. And here's another thing to raise your vibration and self-care is 23, family. Hugs. Let's just talk about hugs for a minute, because those are sacred self-care items. Those are self-love things, is hugging people. I know that it's COVID right now and we can't do that, but man, I'm really missing hugging people. Music is a huge freaking one to me. 37. It really gets me in the space of feeling myself, girls. And maybe guys, I don't know if there's guys listening right now, but massage, number 34. Massage, and doing it to yourself is just as good, because it allows you to touch yourself, to know yourself, to learn about yourself. They are amazing. Aren't they just beautiful? I just love these cards. I actually have another deck that I'm getting from the woman who illustrated these, Tatiana Vedenkina. Oh my gosh. I just love her illustrations. Absolutely gorgeous. And I have a new deck, and it's coming from Russia. Yes, it's going to take like 6 or 7 weeks though, but I'm ecstatic. Number 36 is movement. So move your body. Exercise absolutely is another way to self-love. This is the one we've been waiting for. Number 44. Sex. Yep. Watch a movie. 54. Is that? Yep. 54. Watch a movie. I did that earlier. I was on Amazon Prime, and I watched a movie called Chemical Hearts. That was really a sweet movie. This one is the one we're going to do later, because you guys have gotten rid of partners, and I don't always have mine, obviously. 40. Pleasure. Look at where she's touching herself, okay? Pleasure. Self-pleasure. Self-gratification. Do it. It's okay. It's allowed. Sometimes you just need to go fuck yourself. For real. And sometimes you need to be number 4. Be still. Just be quiet. Tune out of the shit that will hold you here. These things, the thing that I'm on right now, yes. Just stop with them. Just get away from the electronics even. 53, use your hands. Go make something, whether it's food or she's making some pottery. Listen, get some ghost action on, making some pottery, get a partner, whatever. Use your hands, okay? Plan a vacation. That's another sacred self-care item and loving yourself. 39, we can't maybe plan a vacation right now, but we can make it for the future. 46, soak in a bath. Absolutely. 42, read. I don't know how many of you guys out there are, sparkly vampire lovers, but I'm a sparkly vampire lover and a wolf lover. I love Twilight, and I have Midnight Sun. Is that what it's called? Midnight Sun, I think it is. Listen, I have been waiting years for that book. I have it, and I've been taking my time reading it. I just hope she does more of them. The whole series through Edward's eyes. 43, rest. This is such a good one because it's about taking care of ourselves and getting enough sleep, right? This is a great one. Positive affirmations. Look at her. Positive affirmations. And look at in between her hands. Do you see that? She's creating this little unconditional love energy right there. Absolutely. But she says, I love myself. I choose love. Worthy, grateful, brave, beautiful, healthy, and happy. Those are all the things that are tattooed on her body. So my sacred self-care thing that I like is my mantra. I look at in the mirror and I literally say, I love you. I accept you. Even though I don't understand you, I forgive you. And because I'm looking at in my eyes in the mirror, I know I'm talking to me. So I tell myself that every day, even if I just say, I love you, or you fucking rock, Cindy. I do that all the time. I literally do it all the time. We wash our hands. There's usually mirrors where you wash your hand, except at the kitchen. Just do it in the bathroom instead. Number 50, a sweet treat. I've been doing this way too much lately. I need to go back to doing my keto sweet treats. This is a beautiful one. Build strength. Number 6. And you see this, her third eye. You can build strength here too by developing your psychic abilities. I believe everybody is psychic. Not saying everybody is like me, but I don't wish that on everybody, okay? It's a lot sometimes, so... But yeah, building strength is your body, your mind, right? Number 19, deep breathing. And deep breathing also helps if you have anxiety. So focus on your breath. I breathe in for a count of 4 or 8. And then, I breathe in, hold it for 4 or 8, and then release for 4 or 8. Beautiful, right? Jessica, she loves Anne Rice. Listen, Jessica, I couldn't read. I only got a few chapters into Interview with a Vampire. And then I couldn't read it anymore because I was so exhausted because I literally, as soon as I went to bed, I was on the plane with the vampires all the time. Yes, are vampires real? Yes, they sure the fuck are. They really are real. There is a plane of existence where vampires are real. 24, flow like water. So go for a dive, go for a swim, go hang out in the shower. This is beautiful too. Number 22 is energy work. See those chakras? Just sitting there and doing some energy work. Number 20 is a dream journal. So keeping your dream journal right next to you as you sleep. So when you wake yourself up even sometimes and quick write it in there because it's important to write it down ASAP. Number 18, dance. I do this one all the time. I don't care if I'm at Walmart. I sing and dance at Walmart. It's fine. Dancing is a huge thing. I love dancing. And so I will sit here and dance in front of a mirror. I'll dance in front of the windows. I don't freaking care. I'll dance in front of my sons. And listen, I've told my sons, listen, boys, you need to dance. Because girls like boys that can dance. Ooh, yes. So connect with your womb, number 15. But this is the thing is sometimes men are watching this, and so it's all about the penis. So it's also connect with your testicles, right? And your penis, right? So it's we're not just a female based place right here. Number 2 is alone time, like really spending time alone for yourself and just giving yourself that time. It's just amazing. 31 is look to the stars. Listen, go outside, go watch the stars, go lay under the moon. It's amazing. Number 30, look for fairies because you'll be surprised that you see them and find them because they do exist too. Learn the Fae. 51, sync with the moon. Look at how gorgeous this is. We are a little more than half right now for the moon cycle. On our way to a full moon, right? 32, make a meal, right? These are real foods you're seeing. Broccoli, carrots, tomatoes, peppers, avocado. I love avocado. I didn't used to. But I love it now. 32 is make a meal, a real meal. This one is one of my favorites. 55, write a gratitude list. And if you don't write a gratitude list, at least say something out loud to spirit, like I'm grateful for or thank you, you know. 21 is drink tea. I love tea so much. Oh my gosh. I have a drawer full. I probably have a tea. Like, people have had tea interventions with me because they think I have way too many teas. 48, spend time with animals. I spend time with my little Simeon. I love him so much. My kitty is Simeon. He's black. And here it is, number 45, sing. Go sing your heart out. It doesn't matter if you can sing or not, like carry a tune or not. It's just for here, for your self-love. This is an amazing one. 33, make a vision board, right? Where do you want to go for your future? What do you see? 29 is just journaling, like making a journal for yourself. Not necessarily just a dream journal. This is your journal, like your day-to-day stuff, whatever happened in your day. Something like that. Does that make sense? Spend time with friends. 49. This is huge, right? Spend time with friends is a huge one for self-care and self-love. 3, aromatherapy. And it's sometimes it needs to get to the olfactory. The quickest sensation, the quickest sense that we have is our olfactory sense because it goes right from our nose to the brain. It's the fastest of our 5 senses. The quickest one, which is your sense of smell. So go get you some essential oils, good, healthy, clean essential oils. See, look, 9, clean your space. That's what I should probably just take a picture of this and have this. I'm going to put that one aside because that's what I'm going to work on, friends. Number 5 is beauty ritual. See, I did this today, really. I shaved. I was self-caring, right? I love this one. I'm a fire sign. Number 12 is connect with fire. Fire. She's a fire. 8, chanting. I love this. If you guys have never heard Gregorian chant, go YouTube some Gregorian chant. Oh my gosh, I just love it. It like hits my soul in a beautiful way. Number 14, connect with your ancestors. So, talk to your loved ones who've passed, right? I talked to my grandma and my dad. And my father sometimes. My Aunt Bobby. I talk to these people, right? Number 25, ground yourself. We talked about this already. Number 47 is sound healing. So this is a little different than just singing or listening to music. Sound healing is literally like using what do they call them? Singing bowls. Yes, like using sound to heal. No burning all his shit, Jessica. Even though you can make a pretty good bonfire and no, just kidding. Self-care next to the fire. Just kidding. Don't do that. That's an ego thing. I'm teasing. Let's see. Love Anne Rice. Vampires' exes. Wait, what does that mean? I sing the neighbors hate me. Win-win. Mary. That one just cracks me up. I had to put that one up there again. Number 10. Clear your energy field. So she's saging, aka smudging herself, which, you know, that's what I do when I use this, the smokeless smudge. I'm using sage and burning sage basically, but it's in a bottle. So you can use aromatherapy sage, like essential oil sage too. So clear your energy field. Just get rid of that junk that's around you. We've talked about this one too. Number 35 is to meditate. Beautiful. Oh, this is a definite self-love item. Number 28 is your intuition. Listening to your intuition is definitely a sacred self-care thing. And I have another podcast to be on, which is Teddy's Talk with Teddy. So 28 is intuition. 38 is nourish your temple. So give your body the good stuff it needs, right? Nourish it. Give it the healthy foods. Number 17, the last card is 17, is create art. I love this so much because it doesn't matter if you're good. It doesn't matter about any of that. It's not about that. It's just about going and creating something and having fun with it. You know, doing art. I have a client that has been creating art, and she's like, I didn't know I could draw. And she's been doing it in her journal. So not only is she journaling, but she's creating art in her journal. And she's like, I had no idea I could draw. Look at the things you can learn about yourself when you purposely try to do that. Go sing and you find out, oh, I'm doing pretty good with this. So maybe go get lessons, right? So doing things. And now with COVID, you can go do lessons online. It's amazing what you can find on YouTube these days, right? So, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this self-love episode and self-care episode. And it had a lot to do with twin flames and the loves in your life. But a lot of times we so much put hand in hand love and our sense of our own love with somebody else. And so we've decided that spirit's right and we should keep them separate, right? Do things for ourselves. Because we're doing it for ourselves and not anybody first. And then because we love somebody, we'll take care of them after we have taken care of ourselves, right? Yeah. I can too. I can draw some really good stick figures, Jess. Yes. And Mary says her too. Yes, you guys. Yes. You guys, thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for spending time with me. I enjoy your company always. And I appreciate you guys having fun and laughing with me as well. This is amazing. And listen, I thank you so much, Jess, for saying this. And yes, I have so much gratitude for Spirit choosing this topic tonight. As Jess says, thank you, Spirits, for picking the topic. Yes. They didn't want me to talk about the sacred fire prophecy, which we will talk about next week, unless Spirit interrupts me yet again. But I really love this. I think it was a great one, and I think that, you know, Spirit likes to use me, and they like me to use examples from my life, so you guys can understand and maybe feel it with me, right? And understand with your own lives. Pete, I love you so much, honey. Good night, sweetie. So, Mary says yes. Thank you, spirits. So as I bid you adieu. That's one of my favorites, though. By the way, is what the heck? Sound of Music, right? Adieu, adieu. I can't help myself. Whatever. So, please, on Mondays, you can find me on Paratalk Radio, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's where it's my paranormal show with Teddy, with Ted Van Son. He's the host. I'm the wacky co-host. And maybe we'll say wild co-host. I don't know. It's both of those things a lot of times. Where we talk about the paranormal. Tuesdays is my Tarot Tuesdays. And that starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Thursdays, we have Just Cindy from 8 to 10 p.m. On Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I am hopping over onto Talk with Teddy right now. And I'm late already. So I'm going over to Talk with Teddy because I think it's Family Feud night. Maybe? I can't remember now. But I told him I would come over and we were going to be talking about something fun. So maybe it's super, super serious. I don't remember what it is. Maybe bullying. Maybe it's not. So either way, I'm going over to see Teddy. And hopefully you guys will come and see us too. So Talk with Teddy. You can look it up on Facebook or on YouTube. And it will be there. Please go. That was so crazy. It just said 2/12/12. How long I've been on here. So go on to Facebook and please like and follow me on Facebook and you'll be notified when I go live. Please go to Instagram. Wait, no, TikTok is also, so Psychic Cindy on Facebook and TikTok. I don't have much on TikTok yet, but I'm figuring it out. And I'm Psychic Cindy there. And Instagram and YouTube, I am The Psychic Cindy or The Psychic Cindy. Please, when you go to YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can get notified of when I go live there as well. Instagram, if you follow me there, then when I go live on Instagram, you'll be notified, I believe, when I go live there as well. I love you guys so much. Seth, good night. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate it. Sweet dreams, everyone. Thank you, spirits. And you too, Jessica. Thank you, guys. I love my community. You guys rock. You guys are freaking amazing. And I love you guys. I love you. You guys are awesome. So have a great night, you guys. I love you. Mwah!